Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So by the title of this video, which is Resurrection Sunday, I know that some of you guys are like, girl, it's June almost. Why are you talking about Resurrection Sunday? Well, I'm not talking about the resurrection of Jesus or Easter Sunday or whatever you want to call it. I'm talking about a personal experience that I went through this past Sunday that resurrected my faith. Now, for the past 2 years, I've been struggling with, of course, being bipolar, but just struggling as far as my faith, struggling as far as motivation, struggling with where I want to be and who I want to be in life. And I'm easily distracted. I tend to have my hands in one too many pots to where I can't focus on one task. I wanted to share what happened this past Sunday. So on Saturday night, my sister called me and told me that her grandmother passed away, and I was really sad about that because not was it only her grandmother, but her grandma was like the community grandma. Like, I remember growing up, my cat is moving my camera. I remember growing up and going to her house quite frequently. I remember I spent a summer at her house, and for me it was sad because when my mother went away to the military, that grandmother stepped into the place or the role of a mother to my sister and my brother. So I just felt like after losing our mom almost 8 years ago, my sister is losing another mother. So although I was sad, my pain was for my sister because I don't want her to have to go through that, but she's dealing with it quite well. However, I did cry for her, and at that point my mood was already low. So when I started to cry for my sister, I think everything started to come out. So Saturday night, the guy that I was or am, I don't even know, was dating, called me, and I was crying. So I was like, you know what, I'll just talk to you tomorrow. Like, I'm good. Like, it's nothing you did or there's nothing you can do. Just let me feel this. So he calls me Sunday morning, and we're talking about just, what's going on with my sister and how I haven't been seeing my own grandmother as much as I should. And somehow we got on the topic of our little situationship, right? And I feel like he gives me mixed signals. I really, really do. I feel like his words are very contradictory to his actions. Like, people always say actions speak louder than words. Well, his actions show me that he cares, that, that there are deep feelings there, that there's something to hope for. But then his words are contradictory. Like, I don't know if I could be with you. Like, I feel like being with you would be a setback. I feel like I'm no longer attracted to you because when we met, you were on a business tip, but now all you do is talk about emotions and love and the future. Now, everything I'm saying is my perception of what he said. It's not how he said it. It's just what I perceived that he said. So at that point, like, I just was like, you know what? I can't do this anymore, because I felt like every time we got close, like really close, he would pull away or try to push me away. And I know that he was going through some things emotionally and, trying to build his business and stuff like that. And I totally understand that. However, I was just like, I can't do the emotional back and forth because, again, I'm bipolar. So I have to deal with two extreme, emotions anyway. But to be constantly back and forth on a situation that I honestly have no control over was just too much for me emotionally. So I told him, like, I can't do this. Maybe I should just leave you alone. I won't call you, because at this point now I feel like I bother him. Like, I'll text him a few times and hours or days go by and he won't text back. Now, granted, we're not in a relationship, but communication in any relationship is important. So if you don't want to talk today, just be like, hey, I'm not in the mood to talk. Like, and I won't take that personal, because anybody who knows me personally knows that I fall off the face of the earth for 3 months at a time, and I'll come back and be like, hey, I was down, like, what's up? And I even explained that to him because you know, some days I just don't feel like, I might say hey, but I don't feel like giving all that extra energy to faking the funk, you know. But he was like, yeah, I don't ever believe that you would tell me that you don't want to talk or you don't want to see me. I said, I haven't desired to say that to you up, you know, at this point, because you are bringing me the little bit of joy that I had. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm appreciative for the life that I have and grateful for the friends and my kids and everything that's going on in my life, but this was something new, and I don't want to, you know, put him on a pedestal, but he is one of the better men that I've had the pleasure of dating. So of course when he calls, I would get excited. Of course when he would want to go out, or if I wanted to go out and we went, I was happy. Like, I was really happy from the day we met up until Sunday. I was for the most part happy. But when I start feeling like a burden to someone, then I feel like it's best that I just remove myself from the situation completely, because I struggle with not being wanted. Like, I don't feel like in my life I've ever really had a genuine relationship where I was wanted. And I'm not talking about like family or friends. I'm just talking about like man and woman. Like, I don't feel like anyone has just said, I genuinely want to be with you, like flaws and all. I don't need you to pay my bills, like sex doesn't matter, like I just want to be with you. And I feel like I got to the point to where I was just, you know, bothering him all the time. So he said, why can't we just be friends? Why can't we just let this grow into whatever it's going to grow into? And I said, but you keep using these open-ended statements giving me hope, but if there's no hope, then just say that, you know. And it was really difficult to decipher what it is that he feels and what he thinks or whatever. And I told him, like, I'm not the kind of person that would walk away from someone. Like, I will give you chance after chance. Like, I put up with a lot of people's BS, because I genuinely want people to, feel like they have somebody. But I told him I can't do this. Like, I'm not gonna call you, I'm not gonna text you, like I won't bother you, because it's not a all or nothing situation with me. It hurts me to be uncertain all the time, when one day I feel like we're good, we're having dinner, we're talking, we're laughing, and then the next day you're telling me, don't you got something better to do? Or why are you so focused on me? Like, didn't you have a life before me? Like, I don't understand how that goes. And I'm not one of them thirsty chicks. I'm not, you know, blowing him up, stalking him, none of that. I just like to be 100% emotionally invested in the people that are in my life. And I guess that type of love, it's funny because I saw on Facebook, it said sometimes your love is the trigger. And I feel like that's what it is, because every business venture that he has set his mind to since we met, like, I'm there to support. Like, you out there selling rib plates, I'm gonna get me some. You can be selling t-shirts, I'm gonna help you. Like, you can be, whatever it is that you're gonna do, I'm gonna support you, because I know what it feels like to not be supported. But I guess all of me was too much for him, and it was sending him in a, I guess, I don't know what you would call it, but I just felt like maybe that I step off, because it was hurting me. And I told him that, and he said, I'm still gonna call you, I'm still gonna text you, I'm gonna still check up on you, and if you don't want to respond, that's fine. Now, I'm not that type of person that's not going to respond or not answer his calls, but I'm also not going to chase him or hound him or just be on his ball sack. Like, I'm just not gonna do that. So it was a hard conversation for me to have, because I genuinely love and care for this man, and I still hold out hope for the future. But as of right now, like, I need to focus on my business, I need to focus on this YouTube channel, I need to focus on my kids, at returning to work, returning to school. Like, I need to focus on life. And that was one point that he did make. Like, since we met, my focus has shifted. But to be honest, like, things have happened in my own life that has caused me to have more free time to, you know, to spend with him. But now I'm going back to the regularly scheduled program of work, home, kids, and late night ideas, you know. So anyway, after we had that conversation, I just cried Sunday night, all Monday, and Tuesday I was good again. Now, the reason why I decided to call this video Resurrection Sunday is because on Sunday night, I decided to put on my gospel music and just, you know, basically cry out to God, because I'm tired. Like, I'm tired of being bipolar. I'm tired of never succeeding in love. I'm tired of just everything. And I said, God, I'm giving you my situation with this man. I am giving you my life back. And, you know, I've turned my back on you unintentionally, but I just, you know, prioritize God and my faith lower than it should have been. So I felt like that Sunday evening when I was crying out, my faith had been resurrected. Like, I felt something break in me. And if you talk to me Monday, you know, before Monday through Friday before or whatever, I'm like headphones on, Cardi B, Meg Thee Stallion. And before, when my kids were little, like, we didn't listen to nothing but gospel. Like, they knew every gospel song under the sun because that's all I played. But now I just play whatever feels good at the moment. But I had put on some gospel, and I don't know if you guys see that video circulating on YouTube where the little boy is singing His Eyes on the Sparrow. His name is Brian Wilson. Well, there's another song that Brian Wilson did when he was a child with James Moore, and it's called Yahweh. And when I tell you, I listened to that song about a gazillion times. Like, my heart was crying out for Yahweh. And I no longer, and it's only been a few days, but I no longer desire to listen to Cardi B or Meg Thee Stallion. Don't get me wrong, them sisters is very, very talented. However, I do believe that what you intake is what you put out. And Cardi B be talking about stalking people, and, you know, Meg Thee Stallion be talking about stalking people. So when I get mad, the first thing I want to do is stalk somebody, you know. So I am at a point now to where I'm trying to rebuild my faith and trust in the Lord. Oh, and that conversation that we were having on Sunday, I had told the guy that I was dating or whatever it is, that I was upset with God, and he said that it was blasphemy. And I said I have to disagree, because God's relationship with us is perfect. Our relationship with him is very flawed. And I feel like if I'm going to be an honest child of God, then I have to be honest with my Father. And Daddy, I'm upset with you. Like, you showed me something, you gave me something, you guided me to something that I feel like you confirmed was mine, and it ain't working out. So I'm upset. And he was like, I just don't understand. Like, maybe it's because of where I grew up, but like, we don't even talk like that. And I said, you know what? You got to be real with yourself. Like, I'm hurt. And just like I talk to God, just like I talk to one of y'all, like, God, I don't understand. Like, I mean, I know it's not for me to understand, but I don't understand. I'm frustrated. Like, what can I do? So I had that conversation, and I gave it back to God. And I promise you, after going through all that crying and that conversation with God, like, I felt so good. Like, Wednesday or Tuesday was a very productive day. It's been more productive than I have been in the last 2.5 months. Like, I got a lot of work done. I was able to leave the house for most of the day. I took my kids to the dentist. Like, I did a lot of things. And for me, I had to pat myself on the back, girl, because when I'm down and depressed, like, I don't do nothing. I stay in this bed for 21 days and I do nothing. DoorDash is my friend. Like, I got kids that can go get me stuff out the kitchen. Like, if I ain't got to leave my room, I won't. So I just felt like that day, that Sunday, my faith in God and in myself was resurrected. And although I still, like I said, very much love and care for this man, and am holding out hope for our future. If God says it's mine, then it's mine, no matter how long it takes. Then I'm gonna go ahead and act on that. So I'm going to love him from a distance, and if we end up coming back together, then that's great. But if not, I can honestly say that I tried. I gave it my all. It is what it is. So I say all that to say, yes, my faith has been resurrected, and I feel better. I feel better. So that's all. I just wanted to share that with y'all. Resurrection Sunday. Like, sometimes we need to allow a space in our life for faith to be resurrected, that fire for the Lord to be reignited, and that desire to be Christ-like to be the top of our list. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm still not perfect. Like, I still sin, but I'm going to try to make a more conscious effort to not indulge in the things that I know I indulge in. Because sometimes I feel like I sinned today, so why not just keep sinning? Like, I already messed up for today, so I mean, you know, tomorrow. But then the wine said, like, who promised you tomorrow? So yeah, I just wanted to share that with you guys. And if you guys have any comments, or if you've ever been in a situation like my dating situation, or had a moment to where you felt like those chains or that bondage was broken away from you, share in the comments, and I will, you know, respond, and we can interact that way. But I hope that you guys have a great day. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys next time.